Shalom, and welcome to Challenging Torah, a project of the Malibu Jewish Center and Synagogue. Last week, as we crossed the Red Sea, there were a lot of what questions. Ma, what are we going to eat? What are we going to drink? What are we doing in the middle of this wilderness? Mana comes from the word what. What are we supposed to do with this white food stuff? It was all what questions. This week, we finally asked the why question. Why are the Jews or the Israelites liberated? Why are they taken out of Egypt? Why actually did God make a covenant with Abraham? And after 400 years of slavery, bring us to this point. What is the point of the exercise? Why? But before we can answer the why, which is, of course, to receive the Torah at Sinai, Moses has to answer the question, how? How are these diverse Israelites to become a vessel for God's word? And the answer is given in a very interesting way by someone that we would consider marginalized in the Jewish community. Moses' father-in-law, Yitro. Jethro is the name of this Torah portion, Yitro. And he is the father-in-law who isn't really a Jew. He's just a fellow traveler along with this band of marchers. And he says, Moses, before they can receive the 10 Commandments, what is this thing that you're doing? Why do you act alone from morning to night? And Moses replies, I have to decide between one person and another. I make known what the laws of God are teaching human beings. And Yitro says, you will surely wear yourself out. He is the first management consultant. And he says, Moses, divide these people up. Hundreds, thousands, tens, make small groups. Don't do this by yourself. Share your burdens. Learn to delegate. Moses hears him and does so and gets this group ready. And now we are ready to go to Sinai. We approach the mountain. Moses makes sure that everyone cleanses, is in a receptive space. And now this is the moment of Brit, of a covenant, of why we exist. But it's a deal. If God says, you have seen what I did to the Egyptians, how I bore you on eagle's wings, didn't take any effort on your part, and brought you to me. And now, if you will obey me and faithfully keep my covenant, then you shall be my treasured people, Am Segula, a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. It's not a one-way street. This is not the covenant of of Noah with God, where he's promised a rainbow and gives nothing. This is an if-then, and we're to keep these commandments, but we haven't received them yet. We come to the mountain, and quote, now Mount Sinai was all in smoke, for the Lord had come down upon it in fire, and the whole mountain trembled violently, and the blare of the horn grew louder and louder. The mountain itself is radioactive. Moses goes up. The people are told, do not approach. He goes up. He begins to hear God's words, and it's a sound, like that sound of a horn, a sound without syllables, and each hears according to his own capacity. Yes, the people say, Moses, you hear for us and tell us. You form it into words for us. Let that dibur come out of a kol, that voice that then becomes words. But each of us, to eternity, is now to hear, what does this sound mean? We're given the first 10. We have 603 to go, and they are encoded in our Torah. And We don't know where Mount Sinai really is. We didn't make it a holy mountain. Once God's presence departed, it stopped trembling. It's just another mountain out there in a big desert. Our holiness is portable, and our holiness is eternal. And so we, from our own perspectives, from whatever has happened in our life, from our own internal challenges, each year approach Torah anew and read and reread and reread. Only in that way does this become the eternal covenant, as we understand how to live with God's laws. Join us on Saturday morning at 9:30 as we continue the holiest of holy journeys. We continue our journey to Sinai. Shabbat Shalom.